More worrisome were the circumstances under which attack was carried out without any resistance by the security guards.
House of Representatives commences investigation into Kuje jailbreak.
Already started advocacy in schools and also mounting security checks.
NSCDC scales up school safety measures. Female squads stoked, primed and ready.
I lost my house and 2 of my farms.
Floods in Jigawa State leave a trail of loss, tears and fear. Hello and thanks for joining us on the Network News. I'm Naja'atu Tijani. Michael Olaleye joins us from the city of Lagos. Don't forget to follow us live on our website, nta.ng/live, as well as our other social media platforms displayed on the screen. The House of Representatives Joint Committee on Reformatory Institutions and National Security and Intelligence has commenced investigation into the attack on the Kuje Custodial Center. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports that the lawmakers visited the facility to get first-hand information relating to the July 5th, 2022 attack.
The House of Representatives considers the prison break at the Kuje Custodial Center a breach on national security. Parliament, by this visit, wants to identify the causes, ascertain the extent of damage to the facility, and measures taken to avoid a repeat.
More worrisome were the circumstances under which attack was carried out without any resistance by the security guards or arrest of any of the terrorists during the operation or after till date.
What really happened in the last attack of this center?
Whatever is expected of us to assist in this investigation, the Nigerian Correctional Service will definitely cooperate with the committee.
The assignment also involves engagements of the intelligence community for enhanced collaboration. Lami Ali, NTA News.
The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps says safety strategies for school children in Nigeria can best be implemented by female officers. The Corps is therefore developing the capacity of its female squad to better understand threats, assess risks and control systems in and around schools. Charles Alpha reports.
Students in primary and secondary schools have often been major targets of bandits and kidnappers in Nigeria. In times of violence or crisis, they and their mothers suffer most. A trend security personnel have been devising means to curb. For the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, women deemed to be emotional and physically attached to their children are regarded as best to be saddled with the responsibility of carrying out its strategy.
The CG had thought about this creation of this specialized unit to make sure that we contribute effectively to national issues, particularly on the issue of safe school initiatives.
If we can synergize with other military and paramilitary agencies, it will give us a new tactics on how to deal with this insurgency.
The whole idea is to get a first responder team that's able to respond to incidents in real time in less than 2-5 minutes.
Rifka Sali and Kelechi understand the enormous challenges confronting schools in Nigeria and the mass abduction of pupils and are learning new ways of tackling the problems. Participants will be learning the insiders' threats to safe schools, how to assess and manage risk, as well as understand the comprehensive and integrated electronic security. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
Still on security, mutual suspicion seems to have taken over the place of the once beautiful and relatively peaceful coexistence among Nigerians. Therefore, the chairman of the Nigeria Institute of Public Relations, Mokhtar Zubairu Sirajo, says a platform has been created to start the conversation through the planned Citizen Summit for National Integration, Peace and Security. Hamman Jabani reports.
Findings from the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations indicate that there is wide deficit of trust between government and the citizens, between and among the various ethnic and socio-cultural groups, and generally among the citizens, which tend to weaken every fabric that holds the country together as people. It has shown the collapse of core national values and national development. These are among the reasons that the Institute and 70 other partners are putting up a national summit for national integration, peace and security to address the identified challenges.
That authentic and trusted platform for objective expression of views is what this summit is providing for both the citizens and the government. The summit will address at the plenary issues such as Nigeria, where we missed it, the need to rethink. It will also look into the path of reinventing our nationhood, rebuilding trust, and enabling the culture and practice of non-violent communication.
For the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, trust is a key element for nation building.
For the country to move forward, we must change the paradigm on how we engage the citizens and the techniques of dialogue.
The summit Tuesday next week is expected to come up with a communique that will help in achieving the desired objectives. Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
The Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, has attributed Nigeria's upward trajectory in critical economic sectors to the enormous goodwill President Muhammadu Buhari enjoys from the global community. This was at a reception he organized in honor of two principal officers of the President conferred with the National Honors of the Republic of Niger. The Senior Special Assistant on Household and Domestic Matters, Serki Abba, and the State House Chief of Protocol, Ambassador Lawal Kazauri. Professor Ibrahim said the well-deserved honor conferred by President Mohamed Bazoum further attests to the high esteem held internationally for the Nigerian leader for his leadership.
Today, but also to our principal, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who recognized that the prosperity and the security of Nigeria depends on the prosperity and security of our neighboring countries. So for those neighboring countries to recognize Nigeria and Nigerians by giving this honor, symbolize the improvement or the deepening of Nigerian relationship, but also is a recognition of the wisdom of President Buhari's foreign policy then as well as now. It's also an embodiment of the affinity between us and Niger.
The Permanent Secretary of the State House, Tijani Umar, also spoke in the same vein, congratulating the honorees for keeping Nigeria's flag flying on the diplomatic front.
And I think Nigeria has done greatly by staying close to its neighbors, Niger, Chad, Cameroon, and Benin Republic. And specifically, these are our two colleagues have taken it, forward, both officially and unofficially, but principally officially, to continue to engage and to improve this wonderful bilateral relationship between Nigeria and Niger.
The State Chief of Protocol, Ambassador Lawal Kazauri, who responded on their behalf, attributed the honor done by the Republic of Niger to their exposure locally and internationally by President Muhammadu Buhari, in whom they said they are well pleased. Now, NTA is in the news for all the right reasons, as the Integrated Television Services and NTA Star TV Limited have signed a memorandum of understanding designed to help fast-track the ongoing digital switchover project. Anthony Forson has all the details.
Integrated Television Services, ITS, a Nigerian broadcast signal distributor emerging from the Nigerian Television Authority, is one of the signal distributors in the ongoing broadcast digitization process, solidifying the foundation to deliver to Nigerians a life-changing television viewing experience. ITS and StarTimes signed the MOU, which holds a lot of prospects for digital broadcast potency. Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed, flanked by the DG MBC Acting Director General NTA, General Manager ITS, stakeholders in the DSO project, signatures were appended to the MOU, which Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed described as a milestone in the federal government's quest to complete the DSO project.
This MOU, ITS will utilize the structure and facilities of NTA, a terrestrial pay TV platform spread across the country for signal distribution. In other words, ITS will henceforth become the signal distributor on the structure of NTA. In essence, the signing of this MOU has given effect to the white paper on DS, which bars terrestrial pay TV from self-carrying Nigeria.
By this, the minister said over 30 million television households in Nigeria will go digital.
We will strive to cover at least 70% of the country with digital terrestrial television signal DTT, and then deploy direct-to-home DTH to provide 30% signal to areas with difficult terrains, such as Riverine and mountainous areas.
Today, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have found an antidote to our challenge of having a serious national rollout with at least 80% signal penetration and coverage of all Nigerian territorial boundaries.
With this understanding agreed, it will be the responsibility of ITS to carry NTA Star Pay TV content on its digital DTT platform. Acting Director General, Nigerian Television Authority and Chairman ITS, Abdulhamid Dembos, spoke on what the MOU will translate to.
This signing ceremony today will now translate into having very good and clear signals to Nigerians. And of course, we are going to bridge the gaps that hitherto has been existing, because we are going to have a wider coverage where we can go into all the nook and crannies of the country. And by and large, we are also going to create employment opportunities for our teeming youth who are unemployed.
Content is key. So you have multiple content as it is, as against analog era where you have a single content on a particular channel. Now you have multiple contents, so there will be competition of contents. So the TV will actually have a lot of things on their hands, have multiple channels on their hands to watch, and definitely with the good content, TV are good to go.
For now, the onus rests on NBC to embark on a massive mobilization and sensitization campaign on the project. In Abuja, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
Now, a federal high court sitting in Abuja has sentenced the notorious Taraba-based kidnap kingpin Hamisu Bala, popularly called Wadume, to 7 years imprisonment without fine. The presiding judge, Justice Binta Nyaku, in her judgment, said the court was satisfied that Wadume was indeed guilty of dealing in prohibited firearms and escaping from custody. Meanwhile, another defendant in the matter, Police Inspector Aliu Daji, is to serve 3 years imprisonment for tampering with police records to conceal the crime, while 3 other defendants are also to serve various sentences for their roles in the crime. This is the news at 9 on the network service of the NTA. Stay tuned for more reports after this break.
Use Smart Cash, the secure way to send and receive money, pay bills, and buy airtime and data. Dial *939# from any network to get started.
I want to open Smart Cash wallet.
That's smart.
Smart Cash Payment Service Bank. Money Matana sells.
We are committed to the unity of our great country, Nigeria.
Let us support
our armed forces. Let us stand together with them. Let us stand for them.
Our symbol of unity,
The gallant men and women of the armed forces
on land, air, and sea.
who have continuously put their life on the line, protecting our lives, humanity, and nation.
Let us join them and stick together as one, irrespective of
our misunderstanding, be it political, cultural, or ideological.
Our uniqueness is our oneness. Our strength is our diversity.
Let us stand by, stand with, and support our armed forces to keep this nation together.
Nigeria is my own. Nigeria is your own. Nigeria is our own.
Fighter from Niger, 60 years of comfort. Quality is fighter, Quality is fighter, fighter for sure. It's fighter, Thank you for all the joy, memories of comfort.
Vitafoam is proudly Nigerian and constantly support Nigerians with consistent quality product for comfort and well-being. With Vitafoam, you don't just sleep. We give you the comfort that gets you recharged. Vitafoam, the fine art of living.
His Excellency Nyesom Ezenwa-Wike, CON, GSSRS POS Africa, Governor of Rivers State, cordially invites the general public to the official commissioning of the government's VIP lounge at the Port Harcourt International Airport, Omagua, in Ikwere Local Government Area. This architectural masterpiece, featuring super comfortable furnishings, is a refreshing oasis designed to provide pleasurable experience for government VIPs. His Excellency Nyesom Ezenwa-Wike will commission the government VIP lounge on Tuesday, 16th August 2022, time 11 a.m. All invitees must adhere to COVID-19 protocol, including wearing a face mask. You're welcome, Your Excellency, and all invited guests. Announcer Kelvin Ebiri, Special Assistant on Media to the Governor of Rivers State.
Just a moment. The refrigerator. Hello? Sunday. Yes, my guy. Come. 1,000 naira. Buy me Airtel recharge card. You heard what I said? Thank you. Sunday, don't finish me. I say 1,000 naira recharge card. You carry 8,000 naira of my money, go load them. Because money there your hand, Abi.
Oga, no. As I load the 1,000 naira, I use Airtel over Jara, turn them to 8,000 naira, just like that.
8 times the value of any recharge, plus double data and 1,000 naira activation bonus when you buy a new SIM.
Sunday, go buy us. Okay. I'll make sure I say they put over Jara for you.
Airtel, the smartphone network. Here is a very tough guy who knocks out every opponent. But now he's been knocked down by malaria.
Amatem soft gel.
Amatem soft gel makes treating malaria easy. Amatem soft gel is a game changer.
Amatem soft gel are good to combat malaria for body.
Available for adults and children. Say no to malaria. Yes to life.
Now, more communities in Jigawa State are living in fear as floods continue to wreak more havoc across residential areas and farmland, with the state authorities confirming the loss of 50 people in the disaster. Ibrahim Bello has the situation report.
The floodwaters attributed to climate change and the overflowing of River Hadija has affected 11 out of the 27 local government areas. The fears of the flooded communities was further heightened as the Hadija River Basin Authority put communities and Jigawa State government on red alert over possible release of water from River Tiga in Kano State that exceeds its limit.
I lost my house and two of my farms. I don't know how to survive now.
Jigawa State Emergency Management Agency confirmed the death of 50 people, with many displaced.
Every ministry will take responsibility of the victims affected in terms of health, education, feeding, and so on.
Succor, however, comes on the way of the victims, with the handing over of relief materials by the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs on the directives of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Upon receiving this unfortunate news, President Muhammad Buhari directed the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development to activate the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to respond in providing necessary support to the affected persons.
Meanwhile, environmentalists are calling for a holistic approach, including relocation of communities along riverine areas, slopy environment and waterways, among other measures, as the torrential rains continue. From Dutse.
President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the request of Ebonyi state government to help mitigate the ecological challenge which resulted in a landslide at Eda Afikpo South local government area with more than 65 households displaced. The state governor, David Umahi, made this known while addressing the people of the area, stressing that the affected people would be relocated with immediate effect. Chika Okuri reports.
This is the second time in less than 2 weeks Governor David Umahi is visiting Ugwama Eda, the site of the landslide that, apart from displacing some people, also blocked an interstate road. With the assurances of resettling the affected persons immediately, Governor David Umahi appreciated the federal government for quick response to mitigate the ecological menace.
Let me thank our dear president very, very, very highly, because when I drew this, I didn't even meet him. It was ordinary letter I wrote. I was in Abuja waiting, and he saw it. We requested for immediate, attention here. He has approved it, immediately.
Some of the residents who lamented their ordeals appreciated government for being responsive in tackling the disaster.
He said he's going to relocate us to another place for now, so as to enable job keep on going. Yes. So we appreciate that. That is true.
The prompt intervention, the people believe, will help save the multi-million naira Uguyere bridge constructed by the state government in Abakaliki. Chika Okore, NTA News.
The head of Kenya's election body on Monday declared Deputy President William Ruto the winner of the country's keenly contested presidential election, despite several commissioners rejecting the results. Justin Ebonyi reports.
Hereby declares that Ruto William Samoei of ID number 6847208 has been duly elected as the president.
The Kenyan Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Chairman Wafula Chibukati have announced that Deputy President William Ruto had won almost 7.18 million votes, which is 50.49%, against 6.94 million, which is 48.85% for his rival Raila Odinga in the August 9th votes. William Ruto received the certificate of his victory from the hands of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission chairman as he was declared president-elect of Kenya, despite several commissioners rejecting the results.
I want to commit to the people of Kenya that I will build on the foundation that President Kenyatta and I put together.
Meanwhile, one of the commissioners of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission had earlier announced that they would not take ownership of the results to be announced because of the opaque nature of the last stages of the process. In the meantime, protests and unrest build in Kisumu, eastern Kenya, the stronghold of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, after Deputy President William Ruto was declared winner of Kenya's hard-fought presidential poll. The announcement was mired in controversy after several members of the Election Commission rejected the results. Justin Ebonyi, NTA News.
Still on the Kenya election, President Muhammadu Buhari congratulates the president-elect of Kenya, William Ruto, on his victory in the general elections on August 9, 2022. The president also commends the people of Kenya for the peaceful and transparent outcome of the elections, which once again demonstrates that the democratic process, values and principles remain the best way for the people to select their leaders and hold them accountable. President Buhari says Nigeria values Kenya as a strategic partner in the fight against terrorism and violent extremism, buoyed by a long history of friendship, economic and trade ties, and effective collaboration through international organizations such as the African Union, the United Nations, and the Commonwealth. The Nigerian leader also salutes President Uhuru Kenyatta for his statesmanship and exemplary leadership to the people of Kenya in the past 9 years and the profound legacies of his administration on infrastructure, education, healthcare reforms and tourism, as well as strong influence and support on regional security. Back home in Nigeria, all hope is not lost for displaced children across the country as the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons launches a summer camp for displaced children in the Federal Capital Territory to build their learning capacities. The focus is on science, technology, engineering, arts and mathematics, STEM. Ruth Agwele reports.
It's raining, but it is a big day for these kids. Against the odds and with determination and excitement, they march forward into their classrooms. It is the launch of a summer camp for internally displaced persons who are pupils of Early Year Primary School, Waru, in the Federal Capital Territory. An initiative organized by the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons in partnership with Peace Institute from Harvard University, USA, to bring innovation to the displaced children through capacity building in science, technology, engineering, mathematics and arts.
It's very important that these kids know that they can compete with any child around the globe, and this will give them this kind of exposure. So this is coming at the right time, at a point whereby the whole country, every sector is going through a revolution. So we don't want the kids in the IDP camps to be left behind.
And part of what we are doing now is to see how we can, through education, so we want to give them an alternative to violence. And we thought STEAM education would do it, and we want to roll it for 10 years.
Mary Willis is one of the pupils who is excited about the program. She wants to become a teacher in the future, and she believes this summer camp will help build that dream.
And for government to consistently invest in areas of empowerment, in areas in rehabilitation, I think it's something we should be deliberate about.
The initiative, which will continue for 1 week, is expected to translate into a brighter future for these children. In Abuja, Ruth Agwele, NTA News.
Thank you, Ruth. Let's join Michael in Lagos for more reports on the network news. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Najatu. 1 month on the official timeline for the delivery of the Lekki deep sea port in Lagos. Completion rate is presently at 95.7%, raising the hope of all signatories that the September deadline remains sacrosanct. Minister of Transportation Muazu Jaji Sambo, while on a visit, described the project as the pride of Nigeria, not only because it is the first deep sea port in West Africa, but will change the spectrum of cargo delivery and evacuation in the country. A view from the sky giving impressive landscape of the massive infrastructure transformation that 50 hectares of landmass has witnessed within 3 years. And at a closer look, it is a geometric progression with figures to vividly describe. For instance, from the landslide to the quay wall and breakwater, completion rate is more than 90%. Minister of Transportation is already envisaging the promptness the port will inject into terminal and vessel dwell time
with the belief that Nigerians will definitely benefit from the close to 170,000 jobs projected to be created from the initiative.
Everything you want in a port is here. Almost automated, fully automated. Not fully, but automated enough to make life easy for port operations. I am delighted. And it is initiatives like this that we want to encourage. And that's why I did not hesitate at all when I came to the ministry and I met the proposal for the Badagry DC port sitting on my table and took it immediately to council.
The Nigerian Ports Authority has found a new template for port construction, and the agency is taking a cue from the Lekki deep sea port, advising intending investors to give their best.
This is the template for execution and speed of delivery of any deep sea port. So I was talking to the proponents. I was also talking to the proponents in terms of the equipment, in terms of the ability to provide equipment that will improve efficiency, you understand, reduce cargo dwell time and ship waiting time also. We will not, of course, go lower than this.
Although expansion and upgrading of access roads are ongoing, with another being constructed to link the Lagos-Benin Expressway. The port's entry and exit mechanism will also leverage on the rail line, with the proposed Lagos-Calabar Railway offering connectivity window for the Lekki deep sea ports.
In the absence of any law that outrightly bans night travels in the country, motorists and other members of the public must build solidarity against all the risks associated with overnight trips by making the choice to always obey road safety regulations. At an engagement with the media in Lagos, Sector Commander FRSC Segun Ogungbemide says the burden of fatal road crashes in the state, traceable to Nigerians, stands at 32%, and that is too heavy for the society to bear. Adeni Itaiwo completes the report.
In the month of January and August 2022, a total of 416 road crashes involving 705 people were recorded in Lagos State. Out of these figures, 102 of the accidents were witnessed between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m., leading to the death of 56 out of a total of 97 recorded during the period under review. 16 out of those lives were lost around Ekpe when a passenger bus traveling from Katsina State collided with an articulated vehicle at about 3 in the morning of August 2 this year. Post-crash investigations identified excessive speed, impaired visibility, and inadequate use of signage around construction sites as some of the causes of the road crashes. The sector commander emphasizes on the danger that night travels pose to road users, especially when such crashes also come with less chance of providing timely emergency response.
I therefore wish to reiterate our usual appeal to road travelers to always show restraint and avoid night journeys if they can, in order to avert associated menace. They should also endeavor to put all necessary safety and security measures into consideration before deciding on such journeys.
On how to roll back these grim figures in the absence of a ban, he advocates more caution.
What are the cautions? Don't overspeed. Don't overtake wrongly. Make sure your lightning system are functioning. The principle of lightning system is that you must see and be seen.
For now, the agency hopes to recruit the help of key stakeholders, including worship centers and transport operators, to discourage night travels through public enlightenment while enforcing regulations that promote better visibility at night. In Lagos, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA News.
Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. Time for some messages. The news continues shortly. Please stay.
My daughter-in-law, so how are you planning for my son's birthday? To cook for her. Do you people have ogirisi there? No. It's okay. Okay, let me call you back. Mama Achiji, okay. How is our way to market? Please pack some ogirisi. Achi, Opo, Azumbasa. I am going to visit my son. My daughter-in-law, it's arranged, but you must use original red oil to prepare the soup. What? It's very scarce. I'll call you back. Mama Chijo, please include Isio Morocco, my daughter-in-law. Everything is now set. But don't forget that gold wristwatch I saw the last time I visited.
With 11 kobo per second calls to all networks, the only thing you run out of are things to say. Get a Glow SIM or dial *777# now.
That's it, boo-boo.
I dey look for pension fund administrator. Wait up, make sense, wait care for me. No be the time when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. No. The bank be sure them no go stress you. Call them then they accessible. Yes. Customer care where they on point. No go regret what you try on cost. Promisable investment. Everything will just be blend. Make you choose premium pension today. Make that switch to premium pension. Premium pension. Make that switch to premium pension.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close-Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents tooth holes, cleans deeply, fights bacteria, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close-Up.
I dodge Jamo. Obi, what exactly are you dodging? COVID now. You are very funny. Is this how you have been dodging every cough and sneeze? Yes, my guy. The thing don't serious. Have you taken your COVID-19 vaccine? Leave that matter for Matthias. I have heard plenty things like... Beggy, I have taken my complete dose of the vaccine, and as you can see, I am okay. Why you come still dey wear masks? To protect everyone from getting the virus. It's good to dey practice the protective measures as the vaccine work now to stop you from dying from the COVID-19 infection. This your explanation makes sense. Go and get your COVID-19 vaccine. It is available in most public health centers and some approved private hospitals.
COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. Protect yourself and loved one. Take the vaccine. Stay alive. Let us all celebrate safely and responsibly.
Obi the Dodger. Abejo, I'm going to get vaccinated now.
This message is from the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Information, NCDC, NPHCDA, and partners.
We are back.
It's Dangote Bag of Goodies Season 3. Yes, spell Dangote and become a multi-millionaire. Category 1, pick up the scratch card in bags of Dangote cement and win instantly. Category 2, pick up the scratch cards in bags of Dangote cement to spell DANGOTE and qualify to win ₦1 million star prize. Category 3, pick up the scratch cards in bags of Dangote cement to spell DANGOTE and qualify to win ₦5 million mega star prize. When you pick an alphabet with an eagle, one of the alphabets must carry the Dangote Eagle logo for you to win the mega star prize. Terms and conditions apply.
You're always running around. Keeping up with you needs a comforting touch from Huggies with the right stretch for how much you move. Huggies pants comfortably fit baby's tummy. Their 360-degree comfort fit waistband makes them easy to open and pull off and on. So baby can keep on exploring and you keep doing great, Mom.
Now in a new look pack. Introducing Good Night Power Shots Multi-Insect Killer. Fast action and great fragrance. Spray 2 shots each in 4 corners of the room. Stops mosquitoes without stopping family moments. Good Night Power Shots. Spray inside, stay inside. Endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.
If you're just joining us, this is the network news at 9 on NTA. We're talking financial matters now. Nigeria's inflation rate hit 17-year high as investors lose 3.6 billion naira in the capital market. Musa Abubakar has details on business news.
Oh, thank you, Nigeria's headline inflation for July 2022 increased to 19.64% on a year-on-year basis, indicating 2.27% rise year-on-year compared to the rate recorded in July 2021, which was 17.38%. Data released this Monday by the National Bureau of Statistics shows that on a month-on-month basis, the headline inflation rate was higher than the rate recorded in June 2022 by 1.816%. The NBS report shows that the increase in inflation was caused by an increase in food index attributed to disruption in supply of food products, an increase in the cost of transportation arising from the higher cost of energy, an increase in import costs due to currency depreciation, as well as a general increase in the cost of production. The rise in the food index was caused by increases in prices of bread and cereals, potatoes, yam, and other tubers, meat, fish, oil, and fat. Looking at the urban and rural distribution of the consumer price index, the index for urban inflation rate on a year-on-year basis was 20.09% in July 2022. This was higher compared to 18.01% reported in July 2021. On a month-on-month basis, the urban inflation rate was 1.82% in July 2022, a decrease compared to June 2022 with 1.82%. Now to capital market, it was a negative start at the Nigeria's equities market on Monday as it further dipped to close at 49,657.33 basis point. At the close of trading for the day, investors in 4,122 deals exchanged 210.8 million shares valued at 2.1 billion naira. Market capitalization at the end of the day was 26.7 trillion naira. E-Transact, FBN Holdings, and UBE were the top three traded stocks. Now that's business news. Naja is back to you.
Thank you, Musa. We're still talking financial matters. The National Insurance Commission has received its marching order to develop and implement policies geared at repositioning and strengthening the insurance sector to enhance its contribution to Nigeria's gross domestic product. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, threw the challenge when she received members of the board of NICOM. Neka Oko reports.
This is the first time the Minister of Finance is interfacing with the governing board of NICOM since her initial chat with them during their inauguration in May 2022. At that time, the minister had called the attention of the board to some issues of interest and concern in the insurance sector. After 2 months in the saddle, members of the board have returned to intimate the minister on the progress made.
We are pleased to inform the minister that we are working hard to provide solutions to curb the ugly trend of insurance failure by way of instituting strong regulatory measures in the board. The board is working to sanitize the market and will be taking out companies that are not measuring up to expectation.
First of all, your enforcement should be from within the industry. They must follow the guidelines of the Commission. We should address the issue of poor claim settlement to be able to make it interesting for citizens to want to comply with insurances. Yes.
For her concerns to be converted to commendations, the minister says more insurance penetration would have been achieved. This, she believes, can happen if the Nigerian insurance industry is backed by appropriate regulatory policy guidelines, capital resources, and human capacity development. In Abuja, Neka Oku, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Nigeria and the West African Institute for Financial and Economic Management, WIFEM, are building capacity to drive regional development in fiscal discipline. This is with a view to strengthening budgetary framework and monitoring for WIFEM member countries to achieve better macroeconomic outcomes. Musa Abubakar reports.
Worsening physical balance and growing deaths in developing countries are priorities West African Institute for Financial and Economic trainees in budgetary frameworks and monitoring. This is to ensure better planning and allocation of resources for economic development.
This course intends to provide participants with a platform for exploring and better understanding the numerous national, regional, global experiences and sound practices pertaining to the medium-term budgetary frameworks.
It will open up new opportunities for the necessary fiscal reforms and the required institutional and operational coordination to strengthen macroeconomic management and service delivery. Both are needed to put our economies on a sustainable growth trajectory.
The participants drawn from Anglophone West African region are expected to apply the knowledge and skills acquired to help strengthen budgetary process and physical implementation in their countries. In Abuja, I am Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
The federal government has commenced training of personnel of ministries, departments and agencies for the timely preparation, submission and approval of the 2023 national budget. Bosedi Abel reports.
A total of 4,000 workers drawn from 900 ministries, departments and agencies are undergoing training with series of activities relating to the process of preparing for the 2023 budget.
We have engaged teams of experts and handled different aspects of the training, including some fundamental budget concepts. They will bring their wealth of experience in public finance management, budgeting, GIFMIS, and digital technologies.
Participants believe that the outcome of the training will enable them leverage on feedback and lessons learned from previous budget preparation exercises.
My expectation from the training, I'm meeting up with the government policies one-on-one, that whatever revenue that is being implemented and be generated should meet up with the expenditures of the offices and the parastatal.
Encourage us to look at the pros and the cons, what we witness from the 2022 budget.
The goal of the training is to demonstrate government commitment in ensuring accountability and transparency and provide continuous learning to equip budget personnel with the requisite knowledge, skills and tools they require to prepare and submit the 2023 budget on time. In Abuja, Bosedi Abel, NTA News.
The Director General of the National Health Insurance Authority, Professor Mohammed Sambo, says the National Health Insurance Authority Act does not have provision for imposing any kind of health tax on workers. Sambo made this clarification on the sidelines of the 16th Scientific Conference of the National Postgraduate Medical College, explaining that all stakeholders are being engaged with the aim of exposing various provisions of the law. The NHIA Act, which amongst other things makes health insurance mandatory for all Nigerians in legal residence, was signed into law on May 19, 2022 by President Muhammadu Buhari. It's time to take another break. Let's stay tuned for more reports.
Last time when you come, you say you know they fit too well. How your body now?
As I go clinic, go do test. I get malaria. As I begin take my malaria medicine, I can't begin well. I don't even finish the medicine safe. I say make I save the rest of the medicine for another time. Mama put. Wait with this now.
And the saving technique where you know take finish your medicine, now they make a use for you. So that when you go, come back, when better hungry don't catch you where you come back and shop the food.
Mama put, see, we just see what you give me so. Better hunger go come wire my belly.
If you not treat that malaria, if it's plenty for your body, and you see that medicine where you save, you know can't reach to treat them.
I don't hear. Sense, Mama. I receive sense, so I could do I'm correct now.
Fever and a sign of plenty different diseases, plus including malaria.
To test. If na malaria, then go give you correct medicine. If no be malaria, go your health worker could tell you what to do.
Now, Federal Ministry of Health and American people then bring good at this message.
Guys, we can't leave. We've got to finish the client's order tonight.
This time?
How about some top tea to cheer us up?
Only one bag of top tea makes 2 strong cups. So taste to know more flavor, enjoyment, friendship, and upliftment.
Wow, this looks gorgeous.
Beautiful. Taste to know. Top tea.
All I do is win. I wake up, I win. I close my eyes, and I win. Hip hip hop on me, come on. Independent women, come on, now let's get it. I'ma keep it till the world stop.
You look great. Did you just figure this out? Darling Superstar. Great that tastes salon fresh no matter what.
Looking fresh for your date? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely. Keeping you protected and fresh.
Protected and fresh. Protected and fresh. Take a picture. Protected and fresh.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling good and protected.
All day confidence to get close. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
Music is fuel that fires up our souls. Today, African music has a dominant place on the world map. This massive music movement creating waves across the globe.
I have seen the evolution and the growth of this industry.
But every movement starts with a story. And the best place to start any story is at the very beginning.
It's a primordial energy that can only have come from Africa.
Every morning is an opportunity to take your hustle to the next level. Every morning is one day closer to your mission. So, make every morning count. Cup after cup, morning after morning. Start strong, finish strong. Nescafe.
It's been a long day, and nothing could feel better than sleeping comfortably. So relax. You won't be bothered by leakage or irritation tonight. Huggies Dry Comfort has a super fast dry layer that quickly absorbs wetness for all-night dryness and comfort. So baby can wake up comfy and dry as the night before. And you keep doing great, Mom.
Now in a new look pack, available from 650 naira.
Forget last season. Forget the winners and the losers. Forget every moment that stole the show. Because this is a brand new season on Gold TV. And it's going to be bigger and better than any season before it. With over 7 leagues and top competitions, plus a World Cup. Make sure you get the best seats in the house this new football season. Get a decoder, Gold Tenor, plus 1 month Gold TV Max for 6,900 naira only. Bigger season, greater football. Gold TV. Love it.
Thanks for staying tuned. In Nigeria today, not much is known about park rangers and the roles they play in protecting the nation's natural heritage. Yet, World Rangers Day is commemorated each year to pay tribute to these unsung heroes and also highlight their plight. Ekene Undului reports.
Maintaining a functioning ecosystem and the benefits they provide requires that parklands and protected areas are continuously preserved from destructive activities of humans. Saddled with the responsibility of regulating activities in these places are the park rangers. Their job is, however, limited by a number of challenges, including poor salaries, exposure to the elements and criminals, as well as inadequate equipment and unstable family life.
They have died because of encounter with wild animals. That is one basic challenge the rangers are facing: encounter human-wildlife conflict and the incidence of diseases, zoonotic diseases.
Some have died or injured in the line of duty, and the observance of the day is to pay tribute to these rangers. Apparently, welfare of rangers is a major concern that requires adequate attention. Ekene Undului, NTA News.
The wife of the late OPEC Secretary General Hadiza Mohammed Barkindo is extending the family's appreciation to the federal government and the entire global oil and gas community for standing with the family in the period of her husband's demise. A A 40-day prayer for the late OPEC Secretary General Mohamed Barkindo, put together by his family members, shows that the late Barkindo's landmark achievements and legacies will continue to resonate with his loved ones.
I would like to thank everybody that came to this his burial, the condolences, and all the support we get from the federal government and the cabinet and the president, first lady, everybody.
They acknowledge that the vacuum created by his death will remain indelible in the family and the nation. Falconets head coach Christopher Danjuma reveals winning formula against South Korea. Details with Bade Adeleye on Sports Update.
Head coach of Nigeria's under-20 women's football team, Christopher Danjuma, has revealed that his team capitalized on the deficiencies of South Korea to make it 2 wins in 2 games at the 2022 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in Costa Rica. The Falconets netted another late goal as they edged out South Korea 1-0 to book their place in the quarterfinals.
You know, playing against the Korean team, if they find space, they run. And there are certain areas of the field you use to make incursion into your box. So what we need to do is get presence, take the responsibility of making sure they don't come to that areas.
Elsewhere, the Nigerian Under-21 volleyball team began their campaign at the 2022 Africa Under-20 Men's Volleyball Championship in Tunisia on a winning note, beating Morocco 3-0. The coach Sani Mohamed-led side won the first set 25-12, the second 25-16, with the third ending 25-20. Nigeria will next face Gambia on Tuesday by 10 a.m.
We are going to put in our best to see that we check the day impact, so that after that match we start preparing against our next match, which is Tunisia.
And finally, Godwin Okoko of the David Mark Golf Academy, Otukpo, has emerged the overall winner of the 14th Junior Golf Open Championship of the IBB International Golf and Country Club, Abuja. Godwin beat a field of more than 50 budding golfers to retain the top honor he won last time out.
I want to see myself playing a good golf more than the top professionals.
Janet Ali also defended her crown in the guest category. With Sports Update, Bade Adeleye, NTA News.
Sports Update concludes the news at 9. Thanks for watching. I'm Najaa Tijani.